Indian language. Here we have used Santali and other things. Then for Nagaland also, here it is active seven low resource languages. So here seven low resources are these are mainly from Nagaland and Arunachal we have used, and this is speech corpus, and this is not work with us. One more is there. Uh, just a minute. This is not with me. Yeah, this Nagam is. So this is with for the different languages of Nagaland. So we have worked on Nagaland languages. We have worked on Arunachali languages. So basically, what I want to say that the Northeast, because most of you are from Northeast, other than Tasdik, I guess. Other than Tasdik, most of you are from Northeast, isn't it?
Maybe
Anyone?
30%.
No, no. Other than Tasdik, is anybody outside Northeast? Anybody else who is outside Northeast? Anyway, so basically here we have worked on Eastern and Northeastern languages. Eastern means including West Bengal, Kuch Bihar, and those things, because Santali and those things are in this area. So we have worked on these languages which have very low resource and other things, and all works have been done using machine learning and deep learning, artificial intelligence, and other things. So basically natural language processing you can't do without artificial intelligence, whether it is whichever form you are considering, because there are different domains in this. So that's why today I'll be starting the discussion on natural language processing. It has many domains and various ways you can do. Joyanto is just doing in one domain. He is working on low resource languages, but that is not limited to this. You can work on any different, like Tasdik is also having different dialects in their region, isn't it, Tasdik?
Yes, yes, sir.
So you can work on emotions from the speech. You can work on dialects, local dialects. You can work on. You can have different areas in which these are working. Similarly, in Northeast also we are having different dialects, mainly in Arunachal and Nagaland, because these tribal states are having so many languages, and there is no written script of any of them. And similarly Assam, there are different dialects. Tripura also, there are different dialects in different, because we are correlated with Bangladesh, and for from different areas of Bangladesh, whether it is Sylhet, whether it is Noakhali, whether it is in Agartala city, where you have a mixed culture. So there you have a mixture of languages, and Agartala itself has developed another lingo franca. So these are there. So basically, natural language processing is a very vast area where you can work on. Starting with just to give you a glimpse, uh, I'm sharing my screen. So, natural language processing refers to the artificial intelligence method where you are communicating with intelligent systems using natural language. It may be English or it may be any other language XYZ. Okay. So the processing of this whole natural language is means you want a intelligent system, like say you want, like in the last class we discussed robots. So you want the robots to listen to your command, or you are nowadays using your Alexa and other things, and in Google you're speaking up. Even my kid, he doesn't look for his cartoons. He doesn't type. He directly speaks. In Google, and automatically he gets his cartoon. He sees Tom and Jerry and he gets Tom and Jerry. So that is means they are of advanced breed compared to us, and they are using that. Me still, I don't speak up. I prefer typing, whereas my kid, he speaks up and he searches the things faster than me. So basically many of you are doing that, and uh, here what you do here, whether it is for the robot or you are using in your mobile phone, uh, see, avoid joining after 10-15, because again I have to minimize the screen and I have to allow you. So it is say disturbing. Either you join ahead or you say don't join at all. So uh, now you are having this processing of this different languages. So you want to hear some decision, or it may be a dialogue based, or it may be clinical expert system, it may be, say, you are nowadays in ATM also you are having the speak out system. Now the speak out is much easier compared to understanding and detecting. Okay, there are two different things. So here it involves making the computers or mobiles, whatever you consider, to perform usual means usual the normal tasks that you are having using natural languages, instead of say typing or giving instructions. You are just saying it and it is doing it. Okay, so just like the ad I had discussed in one of the lectures, that you say Alexa switch on the geyser, or the geyser is switched on based on the IoTs and NLPs, all are connected uh, nowadays. So basically the input to any NLP system can be two things: either it is speech or it is written text. Now speech means it has to first detect what you are saying, and if it is written text it is much easier. Like I was saying that my kid is searching for Tom and Jerry with just saying that Tom and Jerry, and me, I am searching for Tom and Jerry, say, with typing Tom and Jerry. So there is a difference in how you are using the natural language processing system. So it has different components. First is the natural language understanding. This is the important part where you map a given input to a natural language. It may be that you are speaking in Hindi, you are speaking in Bengali, you are speaking in Assamese, you may be speaking in any language. So first the system has to understand which language you are speaking, and then it has to detect the particular wordings or the meanings from your language. So given a input language, you have to convert them into representations, and the first representation be which language you are in. If it is that the system cannot understand which language you are speaking, then you have to pre-install that it can understand only English. So you have to speak anything in English only. You cannot speak in Bengali, or you cannot speak in Hindi. Okay, and analyzing different aspects of the language. So you have different aspects of the language, like, say, I don't know whether you remember or not. There was a funny ad where a person who had a system where he was locked out. I don't know how many of you have seen that. Locked out because he had cough or cold from his own house, isn't it? Have you seen the advertisement? Anyone? A YouTube video was there. I'm not showing you videos. You can Google them and see. Has anyone seen that video? Anyone of you? A person is having a voice recognition system as a security system for his house, and then he has cough and cold, and he has been locked out of his house because of this cough and cold automated system. Nobody? You have seen or not seen?
No, sir.
Okay, so you just see there are some hazards because of basically your system under security system understands uh, your security system understands your normal this way of, say, uh, whatever is your voice recognition system is there, and you are using it as a signature, and your normal voice is say being used to, say, log in and log out kind of things. So as you are already having this system, so what is happening here is that because of cough or cold, as your orientation of voice has changed, so obviously you will be considered as an unauthentic person there, and you will not be allowed to log in. So, analyzing these different aspects of the language, you are doing, say, whether first is which language, and then what is there, and along with that you may have a recognition system which is doing the speaker identification part. And another part is natural language generation. So this is another tough thing where you have the process of producing meaningful phrases and sentences. Means the system will speak out to you. So system speaking out to you is much tough. So what you are having here is that uh, you can have the natural language for some internal representation. So it involves say text planning, how you are planning the text, then sentence planning, how you are choosing the sentence, and text realization. So these are all different research objectives that are there. So under AI, under NLP, you have NLG, which is natural language generation. In that natural language generation, you have to deal with text planning, sentence planning, text realization. All three together will be helping you to generate the natural language. So in text planning, what you do, you retrieve relevant components from the knowledge base. You have to have a knowledge base like we discussed earlier. Means it will have all the details there. You have a dictionary kind of thing. And sentence planning, you have to make sentences just like we teach kids grammar and other things. You have to teach that grammar to your computer. And then text realization. So if it is text realization, means you have to map those sentences, plan the sentence structure, and so on. So obviously, though this is tougher, but natural language understanding is much tougher than natural language generation, because generation and those things, what we do is that you can teach grammar. So there is a systematic way. Every language has grammar, whether it is Bengali, Assamese, or Hindi. Those who have studied second language, you are having grammar in the language. So what you have to do is that you have to grammar is just a set of rules. So you have to teach a computer a set of rules. So teaching a computer a set of rules is easier than it's other way around. Like it may be that somebody is pronouncing something in a different way. Say we are saying the same zero. If you go to South India, that zero will be pronounced as zero or something like. H will be pronounced as hutch. Okay, so there is a difference in same English that is being pronounced by different. A Bengali person will be speaking Bengali in a way. A European person will be speaking the same English language in a different way. A American person will be speaking English in a different way. A French person speaking English will be in a different way, isn't it? Have you noticed that? Anyone? आसाम से कौन है, असमीज वाला? हलीमा, यू आर फ्रॉम असम? कोई स्टेटिस्टिक्स का था ना असम से?
No, sir.
Okay, somebody was there from Assam statistics.
Sir, Malu can Gita.
Okay, okay. So when they tell you go for a tea, how do they ask you to go for tea? Can they pronounce chai like we do, cha or something? They are having some issues with the ch word, which you will see that they are having, the Assam people are having some. Similarly, we Bengali people are having different pronunciations for different words. So these issues are still there. So this happens to everyone. Whenever you are say pronouncing some words, you will be understanding that there are some pronunciation you do correctly and some pronunciation you do not do correctly. And correctly and incorrectly means what? You think it is correct, but other person may think that it is incorrect. So that is totally on the other person who is thinking. From your side, it is always correct. Okay, अपना गलती किसी को नहीं दिखता है. So if I say something means I am saying it thinking that I am saying it correctly, and you may think that अरे सर तो ये तो गलत pronunciation कर रहा है. So that is from your viewpoint it's wrong, from my viewpoint it's correct. So this natural language understanding has a problem, because if I ask all of you who are here, say 20 of you are there, 20 plus of you are there online, so I ask you to read what I have written in this slide, you will be having the same problem as uh, in pronunciation. Okay, because your different people are having different pronunciation. Somebody even from the region from where you belong, you are having different pronunciation. Okay, so that issue is there. Now there are different difficulties in natural language understanding. So coming to the difficulties that happen because of which this natural language understanding is tougher is number one, that this natural language has extremely rich form of structure. Now natural language has a rich form of structure means what? Here different languages have different structures, and as well as there are different dialects. So it is very ambiguous, means it is mixture of the things, and they can be different levels of ambiguity. So coming to the different ambiguities, first one is lexical ambiguity. So it is a very primitive level. Say for example, treating the word board. See, is it a noun or a verb? Board. Is it a noun or a verb? Can anybody tell me?
It's a noun.
Noun if you consider it as a board, and whatever if I say boarding the plane, board, you,
Then it should be a word.
yes, so that is the main problem. Okay, so you write it in the same way, but in one place it will be when I say please board the plane, and where is the board? So when I say where is the board, then it is a noun, and when I say please board the plane, it is a verb. So actually you are using the same word, which is lexically same. Lexical means how you write it. You write it same, but the problem is that it may be different in different conditions. Okay, so coming to the syntax level ambiguity. Now when you have syntax level ambiguity, like if I say he lifted the beetle with red cap. Now the confusion is where, did he use the cap to lift the beetle, or he lifted the beetle that had a red cap? Now it may be a cartoon where the beetle is having a red cap, and it may be he may be using his own cap to lift the beetle. So beetle is a insect, you know, a small round kind of insect, black. So it may be that it may be a cartoon character, it might maybe somebody has put a red cap on it. So it is syntax level ambiguity. When I'm writing the same word, you are having a problem that he lifted the beetle with a red cap. Now if he lifted the beetle with a red cap, now it may mean two different things. So similarly, you can have various sentences which are having syntax level ambiguity. Okay, means what is actually done is a problem. Now coming to referential ambiguity. Referential ambiguity means here some you are doing something like say Rima went to Gauri. She said, "I am tired." Now when I say when the written text is like this, Rima went to Gauri. She said, "I am tired." Now here who exactly is tired is problem. Means whether it Rima is tired or Gauri is tired. So it is not clear here, isn't it? Getting what I want to explain?
Yes, sir.
So one input can mean different meanings, as well as many inputs can mean the same meaning. So these are the issues of natural language understanding. So that's why natural language understanding is more difficult than natural uh, uh, language generation. Okay, clear up to this?
Yes, sir.
Now coming to the NLP terminology, there are different terminologies which are used in NLP. Number one, phonology. It is the study of organizing sound systematically. Then morphology, in which you study the construction of the words from primitive meaningful units. Then morpheme. Morpheme means here you are having primitive unit of same meaning of the language. Then syntax. So when you have syntax, it refers to arranging the words and then making a sentence, and it also involves determining the structure. Like I had given the example of the syntax, the structural role of the words, and if you change the syntax, the meaning may be different. Then semantics. So here we deal with the different words and how to combine the words into meaningful phrases, then meaningful sentences and other things. Pragmatics. So here we deal with understanding the sentences in different situations, how you will interpret it, how you will discuss it, how the sentence is affected, and so on. That discourse. This discourse, it deals how immediately preceding sentence can affect the interpretation of the next sentence. Okay, so you it may be one sentence and then second sentence is coming. Now, if you change the first sentence, the second sentence being the same may be meaning differently. Okay, so you may say something on a lighter note and you may say something on being angry. The same sentence which you say being say happy, and same sentence you may say being angry on someone. So whether you are angry or you are happy on something, it will depend on what was your previous sentence. Okay, can anybody give me any example? Means second sentence will be same. The first sentence will identify your mood. Can anybody give me some example regarding that? Keep the second sentence same. First sentence you change. One defining that you are angry and one defining that you are happy. कोई एग्जांपल दे सकता है? Anyone who loves sweets? कोई है जिसको मिठाई पसंद है? Say there is a lunch and you say, thank God the rasgullas are finished, and you say, so what do you mean by that? Thank God rasgullas are finished means, say the person, whoever is say wherever you have gone for lunch or dinner, so he or she is feeding you rasgullas. So by the time your turn came, the rasgullas are over. So you say thank God, and then you are saying the rasgullas are finished. Okay. Now the same thing, it may be other way around. Bad luck, the rasgullas are finished. So when I say bad luck means you were expecting to have the rasgullas, but they are finished. So in one case you are sad that rasgullas are finished, and in one case you are happy that the rasgullas are finished, isn't it? Getting two sentences. The first sentence is bad luck, rasgullas are finished, and one is say thank God the rasgullas are finished. Getting the idea? So
Yes, sir.
so this is the basic system. So we as human being understand that, but you have to teach the machine to understand that. So that is the tough part. Clear? And the main thing, that is the world knowledge. World knowledge includes whatever is the general knowledge about the world, and you are keeping it in the dictionary. So for you to understand, thank God rasgullas are over, and to understand that bad luck the rasgullas over, you have to have the knowledge that thank God is means that you are happy about it, and bad luck means that you are not happy about it. Okay, so this kind of world knowledge has to be in the dictionary for the system to identify the whole set of things. Okay, so going ahead, there are steps of NLP. These are the basic steps. One is the lexical analysis, one is the syntactic analysis, one is the semantic analysis, one is disclosure integration, and pragmatic analysis. Okay, so these are the basic 5 steps which actually you will do in the process of natural language processing. Okay, so I'll discuss these 5 steps one by one. So before discussing that, uh, 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 can any one of you give me different problems of natural language processing or language understanding or natural language generation which you face in day-to-day life for the systems whichever you use, whether it is mobile phones or wherever you are using speak out in the mobile phones, or say you are in a different location and you are having the language issues. Anybody? Any examples? No one. Okay, so basically there are one particular thing which I have not included here is the emotion part. Now, emotion part that I have not included because emotion itself is a very big thing, and because of that emotions, our what happens, our normal say speaking as well as understanding changes. Okay, so I think you have experienced that whenever say somebody is speaking to you, if you are not in a good mood, you hear it in a different thing, and if you are in a good mood, you say understand it in a different way. Similarly, uh, if you are say sad, you speak out in a different way. If you are happy, you say speak out in a different way. If you are angry, you speak out in a different way. So emotion takes a toll on the natural language understanding, natural language processing, as well as natural language say generation. Getting? So here I have not included the emotional part because it is a vast area of research, and till now not we don't have proper research or proper say significant research in all of them. My scholar has worked some part in the emotion, but that is also very less compared to the whole area of research that is left. And nowadays with cognitive science, anybody has any idea of cognitive science? Cognition? Any one of you? Cognition? Cognition. Cognition or cognitive science. It is totally statistics based cognitives. So anybody any idea of what different cognitive things may be there? Anybody working in your PG project regarding cognitive? Electrical, electronics, IT. Bhavatosh is working. Bhavatosh is there. Okay, he's not there. So others, anyone? Okay, so cognitives is a very vast area, and nowadays in all your fields, whichever field you consider, electrical, electronics, computer, IT, or say your statistics also, lot of cognitive science is involved, and because along with the AI, if you can bring it into cognition, then you are say jumping into a very vast area where you can bring in a lot of flexibility in how you understand, how you process, and other things. So anyway, so I'll be discussing these 5 steps, which will be the for the NLP, and that in the tomorrow's class I'll be discussing these 5 steps of lexical analysis, syntactic analysis, semantic analysis, disclosure, integration, and pragmatic analysis. These 5 steps are of natural language processing. Natural language understanding and generation, I've given you a glimpse, and cognition also, just you can have a look, not as a part of your syllabus. So in case you are interested in research, present day research, where lot of things are cognitive, if you are interested, you can look into that. And where it is, but this NLP is having a vast area for this northeast region as well as various region where dialects are there. So I don't know about the dialects in Kashmir. Tasdik will be more aware of that. But similarly, in Northeast, we are having different dialects here, and that's why It is a vast area where AI is applied, and we cannot do without AI, because just with a set of rules, natural language process handling is not possible at all. So anyway, to till this, anybody any doubts?